Hello, happy Friday, and welcome to the Pastafarian Temple. This week we take a closer look at the core tenet of Pastafarianism, the rejection of dogma. As we discussed in the intro video, dogma is when someone takes an idea or a belief and makes the decision that it's true, that it cannot be questioned. Hell or high water, this is my belief and I'm sticking to it. Dogmatic beliefs are very popular, and they can take many forms. Conspiracy theories, flat earth, the anti-vax movement, and, well, look. I can beat around the bush, but I think you all know where this is going. One of the most widespread dogmatic beliefs in the world is that this or that book, or more accurately, this or that interpretation of this or that book, are the divine word of God and are irrefutably true. Now, I'll be doing my best throughout these sermons not to Bible bash. Frankly, it's tasteless, and as fun as it is to make fun of religion, it's not the point of what we're doing here. The big question that we'll be focusing on today is, why does it matter what people choose to believe? Does it matter what people choose to believe? Now, for those on the other side, those that have chosen to believe these stories, they have it rather easy. Their answer for why their religion matters has been given to them. All they have to do is open to the right page, bury their head in their book, and boom, the reason is written out. It could be eternal reward, fear of divine punishment, a better seat in the next life. Whatever it is, they have chosen their answer for why belief matters. But what is the answer for the Pastafarian, who can't rely on a book? Does it matter? Why does it matter what people choose to believe? After all, there are comforting and beautiful ideas in these books. Adam fell that men might be, and men are that they might have joy. Uduruni astajib lekum. Love your neighbor as yourself. Even the writers of South Park, who literally wrote the book and the play about bashing religion, defend it quite well in their episode all about Mormons, where one character, a Mormon, says, "The truth is, I don't care if Joseph Smith made it all up, because what the church teaches now is loving your family, being nice, and helping people. And even though the people of this town might think that's stupid, I still choose to believe in it." So why, with all the good that comes from these beliefs, are Pastafarians so against people clinging to them? Well, the first reason is probably the most obvious. These teachings come with a lot of baggage, really big baggage. For all the good that religion has done in the world, there have also been countless evils. And I am by far not the first to point this out. And the examples are so numerous and readily available that it would only be gratuitous to list examples. Now, it is often argued that these are problems with the church, with the human management, not the religion themselves. But this is a problem that cannot be separated from dogmatic beliefs. As soon as you make the decision to take something on faith, that is, belief without evidence, you are no longer bound to reality, and that is a very dangerous leap to take. Once you've decided that you don't have to live your life based around evidence and facts and reality, once you've made that choice, the gates are open for any belief. Without reality as a point of reference, something to serve as a foundation to base our beliefs around, any belief is no more crazy than the last. The best example I have for this is an account I came across a few years back. The author worked in astronomy outreach, and one day a church group comes in asking for his help. A member had recently gotten into their head that the earth was flat, and no matter how hard they tried to convince him, what evidence they gave, he was sticking to his belief. And so they came to an expert asking for some irrefutable proof that they could bring to him, to bring him back to reality, to convince him that the earth really is round. And the astronomer paused and tried to explain to them that for a flat earther, it's not about evidence, it's about belief. They have chosen flat earth as a belief system, and they will choose to reject any evidence that contradicts that belief. And the churchgoers couldn't understand why anyone would choose blind belief over objective evidence. And they were adamant that if they could just find some good enough evidence, they'd win him over. And they continued to press the astronomer, and after a while he, to use his own words, cracked. He asked them what it feels like when they are presented with old earth evidence, and how their belief requires them to reject any such evidence. He asks them to imagine what it's like for him when creationists insist that the Earth is less than 10,000 years old, when there's clear evidence to the contrary. When you take that leap and simply choose to believe, you open yourselves up to believing the next thing and the next, and that is the true danger of these beliefs. To use the example earlier, choosing to believe that the world is only a few thousand years old requires the next step of believing that science is wrong. And if the science is wrong about how old the Earth is, what's to say that the science isn't also wrong about what shape it is, or where it came from, or even that it orbits the sun? It is not the people that corrupt these ideas, it is the ideas that corrupt the people. A pope may declare a crusade, or a jihad, or a camp, but they're not the ones who cast the stones. They are cast by people who have simply chosen to believe. And that is why Pastafarians stand against dogma. The truth matters. Reality matters. And it's not easy to deal with reality. It is far easier to live in a world of stories. There is an order in these stories, a structure to them, one we don't find in the real world. And when we don't find one, there's a tendency for humans to make one up. This is one of the reasons that conspiracy theories spread so easily. We'd rather believe that there's a mysterious and evil power in control, some malicious cabal pulling the strings, than accepting how chaotic the world really is. Look at the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand that kicked off World War I. It is human nature to not want to accept that something as trivial as turning down the wrong road could result in over 40 million deaths. We want to believe that there is some reason for the chaos. But the world is chaotic and dangerous and so massively large and complex with so many moving pieces that it's terrifying. The desire for it all to make sense, to believe that there's something out there, something in control, it's understandable. There's a reason why a religion is called the opiate of the masses. Just as an opiate makes it so you don't have to feel the pain, dogmatic beliefs make it so that you don't have to face the world. It takes the scary world and makes it simple. But the world isn't simple. It's incredibly complex. Rather than hide from it, or pretend it isn't there, Pastafarians have chosen to embrace that complexity, to revel in the chaos. And that is what makes this religion so special. How we go about embracing the crazy is our greatest strength. And it'll be the subject of next week's sermon. I hope you'll join me. Thank you for watching. Do you have any big questions that you would like us to do a sermon on? Please drop them in the comments below. Again, happy Friday, and may you be touched by his noodly appendage. Ramen.